just left Fort Mill, and we are on our way to Lutz, Florida, and Crist is going to drop me off, and I get to go to the Dixie Belle Paint Conference, and then he's headed up to Jacksonville to hang out with his friends in St. Augustine and Jacksonville area. So they're going to have some fun, and then hopefully he'll remember to come back and get me Sunday when it's over, and we'll be heading back home. So we'll keep you posted and let you know what the weather's like, although it's not supposed to be really super duper warm, but that's okay. We're both, saying it's snowing in Pennsylvania, so we'll take it. So talk to you soon.
See ya.
So I kept saying we were heading to Lutz, Florida. Actually, we're heading to Tampa. Lutz is nearby, and that's the headquarters for Dixie Belle Paint Company, but I stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn in Tampa. So I love to take pictures along the way of some scenery, and we certainly had a lot to see. That was one of the biggest tires I've ever seen. In the trailer of that truck, there's 3 huge tires. I don't know what they'll go on. I love to take pictures of plants and vegetation and blue skies. Just gorgeous, especially when you're coming from a Pennsylvania winter. So we're approaching the South Carolina-Georgia line here. So we're leaving South Carolina and heading to Georgia. Start to see more palm trees. Of course, we kept our eye on the temperature. It wasn't super warm though, but welcome to Georgia. Here we are. We saw some interesting things along the road in Georgia, including 2 wild boars. I was totally shocked to see that. Had to look it up and everything to see what that was all about, but it's a thing. So we passed Tanger Outlet there, and pretty body of water here. I think this was by Savannah. And here we are at the Florida line. I just love that sign. It's so big and stately, and the palm trees around it, but it snuck up on me, so I didn't get a great picture of it. I love to take pictures of the miles passing under our wheels. So we saw this little rooster when we stopped. We were on Highway 301 at a convenience store, and then across the street was that cool train that had graffiti. So here is Ocala, Florida, and there are lots of horse ranches in Ocala, and just beautiful, beautiful miles of horse ranches. And of course, it's great to see a waving flag in any state that you go in across this country.
Okay, we're doing an almost there video. We have less than an hour to go. 41 minutes is what the GPS says. We lost a whole hour and a half or so due to an accident. So glad it wasn't us. And just glad to be moving again. So, and super excited to get to the Tampa Suncoast Hilton Garden. And then poor Crist has 3 more hours to drive after that to go to his friend's house. But I think he's excited to get there. How about it?
Yeah.
And he's a good, safe driver, so that's good. All right, well, I'll get you up to date when we get there and just keep the momentum going.
And the sun was starting to set. So when I got there, there was a goodie bag upon my registration, and it was just chock full of all kinds of really cool stuff. And I didn't think this old Pennsylvania girl could go to Florida to meet a common friend from Utah. So this is what happens when you get a bunch of Dixie Belle retailers and maybe have a wine glass in one hand and a paintbrush in the other hand. But we all collaborated on painting this furniture piece. My area is this little pink area on the frame in the front, on the left. And beside it is this chair that was done by Andy Arnold, and he paints chairs and sells them to benefit veterans. And there's the top of the furniture piece, and everybody put their thumbprint on the tree. So here the classes begin, and this is my painting idol, brushed by Brandy Cullenborn. She, you should follow her on YouTube, social media, brushed by Brandy. She is a master at blending paint, and her color selections are just amazing as well. So she makes it look incredibly easy. And here's another one of my favorites, and this is Crist, Dawna, and she is the owner of Bella Renovare. And she showed us how to put the crust in rust by using sea spray in Dixie Belle's patina. I also never thought of mixing it with moonshine metallics either, so this really was a cool piece. I really enjoyed painting that. I was really obsessed with the carpet in the hotel. You know, it's funny how you find inspiration anywhere. So in my next class, Terry and Suzanne popped in. And this is Tracy Bellion's class, and she owns Tracy's Fancy. She is a real whimsical painter, and she showed us how to paint on fabric. Love this apron class. It's basically watercolor on fabric. So she showed us how to use the water and really make some cool designs. So it was great to get a hug from Tracy at the end of the class. As I said, her designs are very whimsical. She has sort of a Alice in Wonderland, Mackenzie Childs kind of vibe. It's really cool. So that's a lot of fun to put some whimsy in furniture pieces and other designs. And here's a board that was in the hotel, and I of course had to put my Vintage Decor truck on there. And the next class was redesigned by Prima, and that was Carrie Fennell that taught the class. We made tissue boxes, and we used the rice paper to decoupage. I ended up gifting mine to my sister. And there's Sharon Hudson from Texas, and she got the It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere award. And there's my roomie from Texas. That's Robin Arganbright. She's a good girl. We had lots of fun. And there's Suzanne getting presented with a piece of furniture that's actually her furniture. And Brandy snuck in between classes and early in the morning and painted this gorgeous piece. Look at that drawer pull of the fox head. It's just incredible. I can't imagine anyone that would say you would ruin a piece of furniture by letting Brandy paint it. So my next class was Fiona DeBelle, and she taught us how to run a great store. It was so interesting, this little kitty cat wanted to come in. It was cutie. And then Leah Rex from Leah Noel Design Company then showed us how to paint nebulas. That's a really cool technique, and there's Terry in the class. But it is going to be really a cool thing to do on like panels of drawer fronts. I really enjoyed learning that technique and also meeting Leah. And again, there's some more pictures of the chair that Andy did. And then this is Cece Hunt from Cece Restyled. I loved her class. It was so awesome. She showed us how to use a wooden plank and also a palette knife to add paint to the furniture. So it was textured with sea spray, and then we just used the wooden block to apply the paint after it had a base coat. And then we used the gilding wax through a stencil to add a design on top of that. So that was fun. And here's Amy O'Connor from AJ's Vintage Designs, and she has fashion topics on YouTube as well. And she did the finishes. So speaking of finishing, there's my certificate of completion. I had a blast, and I hope to get to go back again. I thank you so much for watching my step-by-step videos, and we have them every Saturday at 4 o'clock. So usually we're painting a furniture piece. And please subscribe to my channel and share and comment. It helps so much. Visit on LaVintageDecor.company, and on Instagram we're LaVintageDecor, and on Facebook LaVintageDecor Altoona. Thank you for watching.